Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys and girls are doing good. Today, we're going to be checking out a full breakdown for the Batman trailer and 32 things that you missed. And real quick, before we check this bad boy out together, I want to say big love to you guys, man. You guys, you smashed it yesterday. I done 4 videos yesterday covering DC fandom and you amazing subs, man. You showed up, you showed support. I really appreciate it, man. Big up you guys. I've got nothing but love. You guys are amazing. Before we check this out, ladies and gentlemen, if you're excited for the Batman, drop the like button. Let's try and get 20 likes. That would be amazing. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do, man. Grab the sub button and just choke the crap out of it. And lastly, today's video is made by 3C Films. Thank you so much, my G, for making these videos. Hope you don't mind me reacting to them. Amazing channel, guys. I've been a fan for a very, very long time. If you want to see the original or the channel, link in the description. Tell them the nerd sent you. Cool.
It opens up on a cafe where we have Paul Dano, who plays the Riddler, enjoying a little cup of coffee as a SWAT team starts to surround them. Now, I was obviously thinking this is probably the end of the movie when they catch the guy or whatever and he's just giving up defeat, but there's something about the way they reveal his Riddler question mark in the coffee that makes me think this is probably the opening of the movie, and for the majority of it, Riddler will be in prison as all these traps and riddle-like mysteries
start appearing in Gotham,
and that's going to make the movie even more compelling because it's like, how is he doing this if he's trapped in prison? Also, worth pointing out here, you have Commissioner Gordon, who at this point is Lieutenant Gordon, so he has not become commissioner yet. Wouldn't be surprised if the current commissioner is corrupt, and by the end of this movie, they make this Gordon commissioner. From there, we cut to some scenes of the bat signal in this movie with a different version of the line than we were teased. There was a little DC fandom trailer that released earlier in the week in preparation for this trailer.
It's not just a signal, it's a warning.
Here they use a different line where they say it's not only a calling, but also it's a warning. So it's a mix-up of that line. Maybe he actually does say both in the movie where it's not a call, it's not a signal, it's a warning. But I also love the line that Robert Pattinson's Batman says here that fear is a tool, and he's going to be using that to his advantage of being almost like the boogeyman of Gotham City, which
that is what I want to see, bro.
From there, we're treated to a sequence where Robert Pattinson's Batman is fighting, again, these goons that we saw in the first trailer. I'm curious to find out to who they belong to, whether they're their own group, if they're working for the Riddler, if they're part of the Penguin's crew. But one thing's for sure, we have to appreciate the way Robert Pattinson's Batman just walks out of the shadows, because why does he look so damn amazing? And that's just one of the many shots from this trailer
looks so sick,
absolutely captivating. And it is during the sequence where we do get a taste of how durable this version of the Bat
he's taking
is, where
bullets,
he can take a bullet in point-blank range, having it not really phase him to the point that he can grab this goon and pin him to a pole, where then he electrocutes him. Another gadget from his suit where I guess his gloves just naturally have this little shock on it. And if you really notice the look Robert Pattinson's Batman gives to
hates him, bro.
It's almost like he's finding pleasure in
He loves it.
That's one thing comic book fans have joked around with Batman. It's like, he won't kill you, but he'll put you in a position where you wish you were dead. In the interview they were having before this trailer, that Robert Pattinson was saying that Batman is almost taking every fight personal and taking out all his anger on these goons. And I feel like you can really get a sense of that from the way he looks at this guy. From there, they cut to a scene where Batman is going to be talking to a prisoner. Now, this most likely is Paul Dano's Riddler. Like I said, gets arrested early on in the movie, then all these things related to him happen, and Batman is so frustrated because it's like, you're locked up, how are you doing this? Finally join the stereotypical Batman of grunting and being angry while asking questions.
This guy full bail.
Why did you say that?
You gotta have the shouting, mate.
It's tradition. Batmans have to grunt and be angry. But now, jumping on from here, if Paul Dano's Riddler is actually going to be in prison the whole time, and he just pre-set up a bunch of traps so then he can get locked up and be excused from all the crime happening, because it's like, hey, I'm in here, how can I be doing it? I wouldn't be surprised if this Riddler gang he has are actually the people who are creating the traps and doing his dirty work for him. So it could be the reason that every time we see the Riddler with this mask, it might not even be the Riddler, but a bunch of goons who are doing his work for him and posing as the Riddler. I feel like that would explain why they went with a full covering mask. But from there, they cut to some shots of Selina Kyle, played by Zoe Kravitz.
She looks great, man.
Another amazing, gorgeous shot of Gotham City where they're on top of a skyscraper. Just like, this looks so good. We also get a really nice, clear shot of Andy Serkis's Alfred here.
Gollum.
Now, if you saw some of the Legos and even look carefully at the way he walks here, he is walking with a cane. So this Alfred is a bit injured and has gone through some stuff. There are iterations in the comics where Alfred has actually been the one to train Batman, since he was a special operative back in his
Whoa,
day. I'm
that
wondering
will
if
be a
that's what they'll
sick
do here,
twist
or
for
maybe
the
they'll
film, man.
explain that he got hurt somehow in helping Batman through his journeys. And I love you, Robert Pattinson Batman. I don't think those glasses are for you, bro. Now here is actually an interesting shot
this
that
what I
I
want to
feel
see.
is happening in his Batcave. We learned from some Lego sets that Robert Pattinson's Batman cave will actually be built in underground abandoned subway systems, and that's actually a great explanation for how Batman is going to be able to get to different parts of Gotham without being seen. Here we have different characters that have been killed off, along with pictures of their crime scene. So you have Coulson, who he has marked right above "No More Lies," so that's most likely the guy who was duct taped with the words "No More Lies."
Man.
You have someone named Mitchell and another character named Savage. Now Mitchell or Savage could be the person who shows up to the funeral with the bomb scratched attached to them. It also looks like one of them is going to be attached with the phrase "renewal is a lie," and that just seems to me like another thing this Riddler will say to get rid of some of the corrupt politicians. But the big banger here that we're all staring at and wondering is right there. It says, "The sins of my father." In the first trailer, we got a line in the Batman.
You're part of this too. How am I part of it? You'll see.
Where the Riddler told Robert Pattinson's Batman that you're a part of this too, and he's like,
mate,
how am I a part of this?
I'm getting
and now
excited
we know
now.
It's connected to his father, which seems to be like in this version of the Batman universe, the Waynes weren't so squeaky clean as we usually think.
Scum.
This could be linked to their eventual death in Gotham City, and that it wasn't random, that maybe even Bruce Wayne's father, Thomas Wayne, was actually one of the corrupt people that made Gotham the dirty place it is, and the Riddler will be uncovering that and showing it to the Batman. Because I have to imagine a smart man like the Riddler has probably already figured out who is behind the mask. We get a quick shot of Robert Pattinson wearing the black makeup around his face. I still think this looks really awesome. From there, we cut to Catwoman and Batman chasing each other down a cemetery, where Zoe Kravitz gets face to face with the Batman, and wow, like I wanted this Batman to have white eyes, but just how dark his face is, the white in his eyes actually give off that effect, especially when he looks up. We then cut to a scene where I believe this is taking place in the Penguin's nightclub, where Batman is coming in to either stop some criminals, most likely the Penguin, or another trap that the Riddler is about to spring up, and we get some more amazing hand-to-hand combat. But it was all made more amazing with this shot of Batman posting up to the Penguin and him just being like, hey, calm down.
Hey, relax,
I know
bro.
the boy's gonna be pissed that Batman crashed his nightclub. Where we also see that Selena Kyle, Catwoman with red hair, is walking down this club as well, probably looking for the same thing that Batman is. More amazing landscape shots of Gotham City with Batman and Catwoman getting a little cozy with each other, but it looks like it might have been a trap, because if you look while Catwoman is running off, there is a person right behind Batman kind of knocking him down and distracting him. So Catwoman will be really playing that line of, do I like you or do I just need to get my own stuff done? Followed by an absolutely fantastic shot of Batman crashing down a building where there's an explosion happening. This looks something straight out of the Arkham Asylum games, honestly.
Yeah,
and
mate.
what was
That's
close
the vibe,
to being my
man.
favorite sequence out of this entire trailer,
Yeah, this
we got
it's
that
like
ending,
Star Wars
we're gonna be
Rogue
getting a
One
scene
Vader,
where
mate.
it's pitch black and Batman is going to be fighting goons, and all we get for light is whenever guns go a-blazing, and you can see Batman just walking so casually as these guys are shooting him up, and it's not even phasing him. That's gonna be an amazing hallway fight scenes and the creative stuff that I love Matt Reeves is doing. We finally get a look of Batman who's about to jump off a building that I believe is the police precinct for Gotham City. If you remember in the first trailer, there were shots of Batman kind of fighting a bunch of cops and getting upset. Now we know why, because he's so frustrated. The Riddler is doing all this stuff, but he's locked away in there, so he probably breaks into prison to get the Riddler out to try and figure out, how do I stop this? Where he gets chased by the criminals to the top of the building, and then he jumps off to glide through the city.
Little scene,
this is a Batman that really is going to be using a lot of gadgets. I love that. Almost as much as I love this muddy shot of Robert Pattinson Batman. It looks like he's seen some bad stuff. Ending it off with what was my favorite sequence out of this entire trailer, when the Batmobile comes out,
when he chases him out
Penguin,
and
thinking
slaps
that he
him,
blasted the Batman away, got rid of him, only for him to jump out of that fire, crash the Penguin's car, and then the most beautiful shot in a Batman movie I have ever seen, the Batman walking with fire behind him, upside down as a POV from the Penguin. Give me this movie now.
That is legit how I feel. Give us the movie now, bro. We need it so bad. A lot of stuff in there. If I'm being honest, I did not know. I did not notice. And yeah, big up 3C Films. Thank you, my G. That was an awesome breakdown. For me, the whole, like, father thing, when he's got all the stuff on the floor and he's standing over it, that is the most interesting thing for me in the breakdown. You guys let me know, man, what thing in that breakdown are you most hyped for? Let me know down below. That'd be amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much as well, real quick, for the big man love and support recently. You guys have been amazing. I'll catch you in a bit.